Welcome to the Pageantry PodCast.
And today's very special Pageantry Podcast guest calling in from Delaware, Mrs. USA Earth 2022, Christine Rich. Christine, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing excellent. Thank you for calling in. It's a little chilly here in Orlando this morning, but I decided just not to wear a hoodie. I am dressed appropriately for this. Today I've been hoodieing it for the last couple of days.
I know I had to put a sweater on for the first time. It's freezing here too, but I can't wait. Tomorrow it's supposed to be back up in the 70s and I'm very excited.
As is here in the afternoon. So if you're ready to jump into the interview, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Define the title of Mrs. USA Earth and what it means to you.
To have a solid definition, I mean, it's going to vary for every single title holder. So I love that you asked, what it means to me. To me, the title is a culmination of 4 years. I competed for it for 4 years, twice as Delaware and twice as Maryland. And the title to me means the opportunity to have an oceanic platform on a larger level. It also means that, I set a goal and I'm here achieving it. And I really put my all into it. The organization is amazing. And that to me was a huge thing because I wanted to be able to successfully market that. So it's having that opportunity and having, sisters to do the year with. I think that's really awesome, especially because I'm an only child.
What memory still stands out to you while competing for Mrs. USA Earth?
There's two major ones, and that was the moment I was first runner-up, which was the very first year I competed, and I just looked across from me, and Brandy had won, and her and I got very, very close that year, and it also lit a fire in me that, a Delaware contestant can get this far at a national pageant. And my second one is ultimately when I won, because I'm going to let y'all know, I didn't think I was going to win that year. I had been runner-up for the previous 3 years. So I stood there face to face. I've been in that position before in that organization. And I actually looked across and said, congratulations, you won. And then I ended up winning. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, it was just one of those moments that I'm going to remember forever, just as much as when I was first runner-up my very first year.
With a plethora of Mrs. pageants that are now within the glamour lifestyle industry, why did you choose Mrs. USA Earth?
Now, I've competed in a few of those other Mrs. pageants representing the state of Delaware, but I chose to continue to pursue Mrs. USA Earth because I fell in love with the organization and the team behind it and their mission. You don't have to be dressed up all the time. I'm here in a sweater and some leggings. I don't have to be in heels and like a cocktail. Like, yes, that's great. We have the glitz and the glamour, but we're able to really advocate for items that mean the most to us. And we're able to do it with a team that supports us. And it was just a completely different vibe. And I fell in love with it. And I knew that if I was going to recompete for any title, that was going to be the title that I did. And I ended up, doing that a few times and winning.
Tell us about your personal platform.
So my personal platform for the organization is Oceanic Conservation, and it goes back to growing up coastal here in Delaware. We have a bit of ocean downstate, and then we also have a lot of bay wetland areas. So it's really important to me to be able to save those ecosystems because they are very vital to our survival. But also with Oceanic Conservation, I do focus a bit on the animals because I am an animal lover, especially the manatees down there in Florida. And I have there we go. And I have a very unhealthy obsession with otters. So one of my points that I want to do during my reign is I'd actually like to meet an otter during my reign, and that would just be awesome. But dolphins, manatees are my big one as well. With otters, but that has been the driving force with it.
What do you feel is our most pressing environmental concern today?
There are a lot of very pressing environmental concerns, but I think what we need to be most aware of are that our solutions are also environmentally friendly long-term. I know that there is a large push for solar and that there is a large push for electric vehicles. And I think that's wonderful, but we also need to look long-term into those issues and see how they are going to environmentally impact our world, because they do have some pretty negative environmental ways that they're either being created or mined out. So I think that that's something that we need to look into and think more long-term instead of short-term with our solutions.
Well, let's talk about your exciting year so far. Let's discuss some of the things that you've been able to do as Mrs. USA Earth.
So I've been able to go to a few of the state pageants, and I think that that is a huge thing that I wanted to do during my reign, because I wanted everyone to be able to see that the national level is easily accessible, even on the local or the state level. So I was able to go to our Illinois, Wisconsin, New Jersey, New York, Delmarva, so down there, or actually, I'm sorry, DMV, not Delmarva, so District of Columbia, Virginia, Maryland, and just be able to speak to those contestants and see why they're really joining the organization, because we're really starting on that local and that state level, because we've branched out and grown throughout the years. So being able to be easily accessible to them was a huge thing for me. And then I have had quite a few opportunities to judge a few pageants and do some traveling along the way, some wonderful interviews with some wonderful people like you. And it's been a fantastic reign, and I can't wait to see what I'm going to be doing for, the remainder of my last 3 months.
Also, you got to visit New York Fashion Week recently.
Yes, I did. Yes, I can't forget that. That was a whirlwind. I was there for maybe 22 hours, and just the stuff I was able to get done in 22 hours was just absolutely insane.
Cleanup projects.
Cleanup projects. So we actually have one planned for nationals also. We had one that we did earlier on in the year for our cleanup day, and I forgot to post on it. I'm a little bit behind with posting, but it did happen with our wonderful sponsor, Garbo Grabber. They've been just amazing in getting all of the wonderful tools out to each of our contestants to be able to participate in those cleanups. It's been really great. We valued their partnership.
And after Hurricane Ian, I have a lot of cleanup in my backyard still if you're available.
Oh, yeah, I will. I'll actually be down in Florida twice next month, back on
Excellent.
traveling.
Why is an organization like Mrs. USA Earth so important?
It's important because it puts the community at the forefront, and it makes a huge environmental impact within the communities, and it's gained such momentum just in, oh man, I want to say just the last 4 years, even that I've been involved, even maybe before that. And being able to continue with that momentum is just going to build such a huge change. I think right now, especially with our society, that we are very environmentally friendly, and we're starting to get there, and it's starting to be at the forefront of people's decisions. So it makes this organization more relatable. And I think that that's going to really not only continue to grow the brand and grow the organization, but it's going to continue to make a positive impact in the world. And that's why it's so important.
How can just one person make an impact?
Because one person starts a ripple effect. I mean, even in my home, my son has always been, we recycle, we don't litter, things like that. But I've even seen it with him, with his group of friends, especially on like school teams, how sometimes they'll leave like their cups behind from the coolers. He's been picking up those and putting those, in their proper disposable units. And now we're seeing that a lot of the kids are doing the exact same thing. So it's more like I see somebody else doing that, and we're kind of creatures of observation. So being able to see somebody do something, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I should probably start doing that. It creates that ripple, and that's why one person is so important.
What more do you hope to accomplish as Mrs. USA Earth before you crown your successor?
Well, like I said, I definitely want to, have some kind of otter interaction during my reign. That's kind of what I've been known for the last 4 years. But I also want to kind of sit back and reflect a little bit on the impacts that I've made, not only in the environment and the organization, but just in the people that I've met. So I'd really like to have the opportunity to continue to do that. I'm going to be doing a live here, my first live. I haven't done one throughout my entire reign, which is crazy, but I'll be doing that to just kind of connect for the individuals who may have, thought about competing this year, but, decided against it, maybe just for this year, or to just kind of reach a broader audience, because I feel like that's really important, and to be able to do it through technology, that's going to be my main focus for the last couple of months.
And as you briefly just alluded to it, help me explain to other married women why they should consider the Mrs. USA Earth organization?
Well, I would tell them exactly what I tell my friends that compete in the Mrs. system. It's something different. It's a whole different experience while you're there for the week. It's very relaxed. You get to pretty much make whatever your platform is solidified with your beliefs. And you just have to make sure that it directly aligns with your core values and your mission as a person. So, I mean, I always say, why not give it a try? I mean, the worst comes to worst, you know, you walk away with a great experience and a bunch of new sisters. But, you know, ultimately you could really find something out about yourself that you didn't know. And I mean, that does go with every pageant organization, but I found it especially true, at least for myself, within this organization.
Name one thing that most people don't know about you.
I don't know. I've been in a lot of interviews lately, so I feel like we've kind of dug into everything. So I think two unique things about me is I grew up on government assistance. I was very low income, and I really grew up with a respect for recycling, renewing, and reusing things because I had to. I was in that position. So I have a really great love for education because education to me was knowledge to, you know, give myself a better life. So I'm actually defending my dissertation on Halloween, and I will officially be doctor after that. So that's another fun fact about me. And then, of course, the thing I just said about being an only child, a lot of people think I grow up with brothers because I'm very much a tomboy and I'm very relaxed, and they have no idea that I'm an only child.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where can fans follow your journey?
They can follow me two different ways. They can follow me either on my personal, on Instagram and Facebook at Real Christine, common spelling with a CH, last name Rich, RICH, or they can follow me again on Facebook or Instagram on our official site, which is at Mrs. USA Earth.
How can someone learn more about the Mrs. USA Earth organization?
Just ask me. You can actually either ask me on social media, go ahead and send me a message. I reply all the time, or you can go ahead and if you don't want to, you know, reach out to me, head to mrsusaearth.com, and there is a lot of information. You can find out a little bit more about me too.
Do you have any final thoughts?
No, it's been amazing. I don't have any final thoughts. I just want to thank you so much for this interview. I grew up reading Pageantry magazine, and it was funny, you were looking for my subscription in there, and I forgot to tell you my maiden name because I had Pageantry magazine all through my Miss and my teen journey too. So it's an honor to really interview with you, and I just want to thank you for that.
And today's very special guest has been Mrs. USA Earth 2022, Christine Rich. Christine, thank you so much today.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.